Star Wars is now 40 years old.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Mark Bernard.
Okay, so Star Trek Discovery is happening, whether you want it to or not.
What is the sonic power Black Canary uses called in the comic book?
Canary cry?
Correct!
Ladies and gentlemen, get yourself 10% off of all your purchases on Jinx.com by using the promo code QuitStalling_366. That's right! Head on over to Jinx.com and use the promo code QuitStalling_366 and save yourself 10% off of items that aren't on sale already, because right now, joggers, shorts, and a couple of other things are 20% off. So ignore that, use our promo code, and continue to save. That's right, QuitStalling_366. Welcome, everyone, to QuitStalling Geekcast. I am your host. I got a new shirt because Uniqlo is empty right now. I'm Herald Silvestre, welcoming you to the QuitStalling Media Studio, and I'm not alone today. I got my co-hosts, my good buddies. Let's get to them. Let's start with I know there's probably no elaborate intro this week, but I gotta try. I gotta find out. He's known to his grasshoppers as the sensei of humor. Everybody, welcome, Derek O'Brien. I can't hear you, Derek. Why can't I hear you? Oh, no. Oh, there. Okay.
I'm gonna make fire out of my hands. Even upgrade it. What's up? It's your boy Sensei. And magic is some of the things you will be seeing today on the show. But the most magical thing of all is our voices entering your hearts and uplifting you through the world of geek news. I am one of your hosts, Sensei Humor. But of course, we have another magical person with us today as well.
What's his name? Sensei?
His name is the Juancho Saldana.
What's up?
I tried to give him a cool intro, you know?
Don't worry, though. I'm the... Juancho's here, and I have something that Derek doesn't.
A
working mic, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Okay. You know what? You suck, Juancho. Do you hear that?
How did you break your mic with your lighter? I don't even.
I don't know why it wasn't working. I could hear myself. I was like, oh, okay. Or is it in fact the fire that took over? The fire that burns. We should have not have started with that question in the pre-show, because now I'm just like, my mind is like, all right. I'm jealous of Harold's new shirt, by the way.
I'm the only one who is not wearing a geek shirt. I was wearing like a blue shirt.
I can't buy any more geek shirts. They don't fit me. So I've always wanted a shirt at Uniqlo. Even in the Philippines, when I was like 150 pounds lighter, I still couldn't fit shirts. I was like, for some reason, I was like, I don't like how this looks on me.
I know.
Uniqlo has the coolest shirts too. Like just, man.
I also
one
have
day
to buy my shirts here in America. Dang it.
So are you guys saying American food is too good that you just gained so much weight?
No, dude, Filipinos are too sexy. That's the problem.
Come on, Harold.
That's
Come on.
the problem.
I mean, that's easy. Easy.
Don't exclude yourselves. You're still Filipinos, even though you're a little chunkier than you used to be. You know,
It only makes sense for us when we're there. Once we hit that airport, nope, bye. See ya.
Sexiness gone.
Don't worry. Once I get that money superpower, I'll afford a trainer. It's like, oh damn.
If you want to be the best fighter in the world, hire all the best trainers, right? Yeah. Money is the best superpower.
That's true.
I hate that we're still talking about this, but what would prevent the best fighters in the world from robbing you before they train?
No, because he would just. I already know what Juancho's gonna say. Oh, I'll just give him money and say, you don't have to rob me. Here you go.
No, yeah. No, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty foolproof, to be honest. I was thinking about it the whole pre-show. Like, all right, how do I? Nope, can't think of anything.
So for those of you who are just tuning in, or for those of you who are listening to the audio version of the podcast, we started the pre-show by Juancho asking us a question of what superpower would you have? The age-old question of what superpower would you want if you could have one. It starts tomorrow. And Juancho chose money. Again, for me, not a superpower, as much as we'd like to joke that it is with Batman.
Come on. Money Man would kick your teleporting.
That's gonna be your idiot. Is Money Man?
Yeah, MM. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, hire an ad agency to give you some name studies,
name.
Money Man.
Money Man. Hello, I'm Money Man.
I mean,
Here's
that's
your money,
that's
man.
literally his only superpower. He's not a super detective like Batman.
Like you could have chose any name. You could have been literally called Currency. You could have been called, you know what I mean? Like that'd have been the sickest name ever. It's Currency. But I'm Money Man. Here's your Money Man and man.
Exactly. Like whenever I give someone money, go like, hey, here's your money, man. Courtesy of Money Man.
Oh god. Oh, see, I like Nico P. Even Captain Currency. Oh my god. I love it. Oh god.
I like Forex. Yeah, that was pretty.
Forex.
Oh god.
Anyway, so that's our question of the day, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh god.
Stop judging my power.
Well, people
Oh my
in the
god,
chat.
Des
Don't-
just like said the best thing for Juancho's power. Just saying.
Okay.
If you could summon money, like physically pelt someone with pennies.
Oh.
Oh.
We're not thinking about the
that would be
combat
cool, yeah.
applications of money kinesis, all right? We're not thinking about
Yeah.
combat implications. This is a
Money
lot.
kinesis.
Oh,
Dude, I'd make
thank
this,
you,
I'd make
buddy
a sword out of
Lizette.
pennies, dude.
Ooh.
You know?
Well, that might not end up being a sword. It might be more
As a
phallic
club.
in nature.
A club.
A club.
That's true.
Sword, it would be a Lincoln.
Wait, real quick. I want to give a
If
shout
ever
out to
I
our buddy
needed to get
Lizette
away,
Copes.
have like a money storm. Dang it.
I want to give a shout out to our buddy Lizette for hosting us. Thank you, Lizette. Appreciate
Yo,
it.
thank you
Thank you for the host. Okay, back to the money storm, Juancho. What are we?
Dude, like if you're trying to escape from someone, just money storm. It's literally you just throw money in the air and they'd have to grab it and you just get away.
He already
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna hit him with the money. I thought.
I love it, dude. He's ready, like thinking he's there. He's like, money storm. That's the thing. His hop whack is the.
Technically, it would be this.
Yeah. Take 5, man.
Oh no, we're in
That's where
trouble.
he came from.
Money storm.
Oh,
I'm
see,
gonna
Des has
write
another name.
the comic and draw it, and you guys will be sorry.
Dude,
Des
all
has
these names
another-
coming up is great.
Yeah,
Chat,
Des has
dude.
another cool. See, the question of the week should have been, what would my super villain name be if I used money as my superpower? Des has
The
an
high
awesome
roller
one.
with that's oh man, that's
Oh,
awesome.
the high roller.
roller?
That's actually pretty.
That's also
Oh my
a
God, that's
superpower
pretty
for
smart,
a
yeah, I like
stoner. Like,
Yeah. Paper cuts everywhere. Oh god, that's
Dang, you're screwed.
the ideas are endless. The
I like
ideas are
Fantastic
endless.
4X. That'll
Yeah,
be
I
your
like
group
that.
name.
4X, yeah.
That'll be your team name, Fantastic 4X.
Dude, my sidekick's name would be Penny. They're done. You're done.
And your wife would be Dime. Because she's a dime, bitch. Well, at least she better be. Oh god. Oh god, that's it.
My nemesis would be bankruptcy.
No, dude. Nemesis is Nickelback, dude.
Are you
that's
kidding,
the
Derek?
musician,
Nickelback
dude.
would be his. Nickelback would be his background
No,
music. They'd be
Oh,
they'd be
my
always there
dude.
live.
No, and you could have a genre. So your rapper would be 50 Cent, and Currency, because there's a rapper named Currency. Oh, dude, it's just endless. I think we found the best power in the world.
No.
Holy crap. U-turn.
No.
I just took a U-turn. I took a U-turn.
Dude, my hideout, my bat cave would be the bank. Quick, Penny, to the bank.
Quick penny to the bank. Oh God, I love it. And she'd be your lucky sidekick. But she always has to be face down. And you gotta pick her up so it's lucky. Like a lucky penny.
I am saying your weakness would be the depth of you.
Oh. Kevin says one of my villains would be counterfeit. It's like just my freaking reverse Flash.
Did we just write a comic?
There you go. Oh my God.
TM, all that idea.
We're building the Money Man extended universe right now.
Oh God, dude. Oh God, I can just imagine too, like in manga, Money Mena. International money. Oh, dude, I think we just made a comic.
Oh, anyway,
Someone want to
to the actual show now. Hey, the topic is actually very.
Yeah, let's get to real superheroes now. Let's get to the real money makers. Us. No, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to say, guys. I'm just.
Or Herald. No, I'm not gonna do it. Just let's just go. I was gonna say, or Herald, maybe you actually know what to say.
I mean, I do, but I don't want to say it.
Dude, I just like thinking of all the catchphrases too. Like you could do, put your money where your mouth is. That's like shoot money in their mouth. Oh God, dude.
Oh, whenever I have to like give the bad guys to the cops, their mouth is just full of money as their gag.
Oh God. That's yeah.
And as you walk away, you're just like, keep the change.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I like that, dude.
I'm not on board with this. I'm not.
And when you drop them off to the police, you can say, "I'm here to make a deposit." All right, we're done. We're done. Oh, dude, I feel like we could legit make a funny comedy out of that.
We could. I mean, we have the resources for a video series. Oh my God, I don't want to put it in that though.
I'm dressing up as Money Man next year for Halloween.
Dude, I'm dressing up as Money Man for Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Who are you supposed to be? I'm Money Man. Money Man.
Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard?
Check out quitstalling.us/moneyman for my newest comic.
Oh gosh.
Okay, we do need content for the website. Okay, I'm not totally off board. All right. Put it in the ideas tag, please. Okay. Okay. It could be a weekly badly drawn comic. Okay, I'm not off board. I'm not. You have your foot in the door, Money Man. You have your foot in the door. All right. You have a line of credit, Money Man.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
I have to think of his origin story now too. You know, it's like I was once a boy with $1.
Until I fell into a vat of money.
Of radioactive pennies.
Okay.
There you go. Iron Hammer's got it for you too. Your username is Bitcoin. Oh, that's perfect. Oh God. He was bit by $1. Nico P, yes. Yes.
Dude, Bitcoin would be my oracle. Dude, he'd be like he's the computer sidekick.
The tech, yeah, the tech.
Yeah, he's a
the tech
techie. It's
nerd, yeah.
Bitcoin.
We are making something, dude. I wouldn't even be surprised in 10
all
years.
the Money Man gadgets, dude. Just Bitcoin. Oh my God! Please, can we go on with the show?
I think we just made $1 million idea.
We're not even high. I don't know how this happened.
Harold, we're high on life. This is why it happened.
You guys making fun of my superpower, so I had to make a entire scenario.
That's true. That's true, dude. Harold, we gotta put our money where our mouth is. That's what we gotta do.
Oh man. Okay, let's not shortchange the chat here, guys. Let's keep going.
Oh,
Let's give him some actual news.
got cut with cursed Monopoly money.
Dude, low-key though, props to the chat. They're like way funnier than us right now.
Yeah.
They're always
was
way
good,
funnier
dude.
than us.
Oh, no.
Hey, to put your money where your mouth is, that was genius. Okay.
Sure.
Not the seventh
That was
time
good.
around, Sensei. Let's keep it rolling here. That was good. It was good. I like it.
That was a $1 million idea.
What's that?
Please,
What's that?
I'm dying.
What's that? Is it time for the news? I think.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I see. Good news, everyone.
All right, good news, everyone. Panels is back open. That's right, guys. New limited hours for Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar in Oceanside, California. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. from Wednesdays to Sundays. Get your fix of the latest and greatest from Marvel and DC because they are also back to distributing. All right? They're out of lockdown. They've got some content out for you, so check them out at Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar. Wednesdays to Sundays. 8 a.m. What is it? 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. There we go. All right. We got some news. Let's talk news. Let's change up the pace a little bit here. I know I have some other bed music. There. All right. Let's get a little quick, just a little bit quicker. A little elevator music.
You sound very classy. Oh, well. Or elevatory.
Yeah, you know, we got class. We got class here in the lounge, the Quits on Geekcast lounge. All right. Let's start with Superman, guys. Let's start with the Man of Steel himself. As you all know, the Snyder Cut, as we reported on last week's episode, is happening. We're getting the Snyder Cut of the Justice League movie, and the thing is, guys. Okay, Derek. For those of you listening to the audio version of the podcast, Derek has a bill, $1.
Yo, is that a $2
$2 bill on his forehead?
$2 bill. I haven't. Is that real? Does that
That's
exist?
real forehead on my forehead. I swear to God, it's real. They call this the lucky $2 bill. I actually got it from $1 Million Man. Dang, I said it wrong already. No, but it really is real. They don't really make a lot of these anymore. And it's the only bill I had in my wallet, so.
Why
Probably
do
not
you
lucky
carry
now.
around a $2 bill?
It's lucky.
Okay, so Superman is back, guys.
Don't
No,
ask
okay.
me why I carry $2 when you want to carry a bag of money. Don't question
Circling
me.
back to the DCEU and away from the Money Man Extended Universe, we've got some
FFU.
news, or do we, regarding Henry Cavill as Superman. Okay.
I like that. Or do we?
Or
Oh, damn, dude.
No.
Okay, so there were reports from comicbook.com and Deadline about Henry Cavill supposedly being in talks to return and reprise his role as Superman. This might be coming off of the hype that is spouting off of the Snyder Cut. There's a lot of hype around the Snyder Cut. All right, for better or for worse, the HBO and DC are pouring in $40 million into this, and I think Warner Brothers, whoever's running the show, they're pouring $40 million back into this thing to recut and sort of redo the Justice League movie. And we're now getting news that Henry Cavill might reprise his role as Superman from here on out, meaning the reports were saying that he could be sort of like the Nick Fury of the DCEU. So not really having his own movie, not really getting like a Man of Steel sequel or a Batman v Superman sequel, but more of just showing up and being the link that ties the whole EU together. But now, as of last night here in the Philippines, early morning for you guys in America, The Nerdist also came out with a video. Dan from the Dan Cave on The Nerdist was saying that The Nerdist reached out. I'm saying The Nerdist a lot. Nerdist reached out to to their sources, at Warner Brothers and DC, and they were shut down almost immediately. There was no like, oh, there might be something happening, but we're not sure. They were shut down. So, with these conflicting reports being out in the world, it was hard for us to ignore, but at the same time, we don't want to speculate too hard, right? We don't want to be like those people that put on the tinfoil hats and say, here's what's coming for the next episodes of Star Wars. We don't want to be those guys. So my question to you guys is more of a feeling, a gut feeling kind of thing. It's more of a, do you guys, one, want Henry Cavill to reprise his role as Superman? And two, do you think it's a good idea? Yeah, because until we get more news, it's going to be, that's really what we want, right? It's more of our feelings. Like, do we want him back? And do we want him back because we want him back? Or do we want him back because we want Superman back? That kind of thing. So, yeah. I want to start with Juancho, because you look like you're ready to go. Do you want Henry Cavill?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, everyone loves Henry Cavill right now, so he could...
Truth.
I can imagine him, like, carrying a franchise, you know? I mean, that's what he's doing right now with The Witcher. Anyway.
Yes.
So, yeah, he's relevant. He's loved by the internet, so yes.
How about you, Derek?
I really, really like Henry Cavill. Like, I remember the first time watching the first Superman when he was in it, and I was like, damn, that is a man right there. And I'm sure everybody said that, but my God. Especially that scene, you know, when he got off the wreckage and he's running with his shirt off, I'm like, damn, I want to look like that. And if an actor can do that, you know, for me, I like you. You can affect my well-being, dude. I honestly think he's perfect for it, man. He's a great actor. I love Henry Cavill. I even loved him in Stardust, even though he has to release a really small part. But yeah, Witcher, man, he's taken over that. I mean, he's even in memes and people love him, man. It's crazy. I'm more than happy.
He's kind of like the good guy, Keanu right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
When he played Witcher, it was like, oh, he played. It's because he also played Hours of Witcher. Like, it just loves him. Heck,
Yeah.
get Keanu to be his Batman and just have just perfect color.
Yeah, he's perfect. I would be sad. I don't want to get used to somebody else. I already got used to Henry Cavill. Okay? That's a hunky man slice, and he needs to be Superman. Henry Cavill, if you're listening, you are the best Superman. Period. The end.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I
Wow.
love you. Okay,
Well-
Henry Cavill is like one of my top 5 favorite actors. Just throwing it out there. Too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But
that makes sense.
I really, really, I mean, of course, the writing of the movies could have been better, of course, but it's the same argument I have for Ben. Like, Ben and him. Okay, hold on. Let me take like 5 seconds before I say this because I don't want to.
Ben who? Expound first.
Yeah, who's Ben?
Ben Affleck. Excuse me. Sorry. Ben Affleck.
I was thinking Ben Solo.
Come on. The only Ben that matters. I'm just kidding. Ben and Henry and Jason Momoa. I think those are the 3 that you shouldn't change. And of course, Gal Gadot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
Like,
just
those should be
Flash and
the
Cyborg.
staples. Like, keep those people. Yeah, they're. Yes. No offense, Ezra Miller. I love you too, but it's just some things just don't work out. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people loved him as Flash, but I don't know. It could have been there wasn't a movie too. I don't know, but I like Henry Cavill, man. I think he should stay. Be super happy if he stays.
Dude,
Got my vote, Henry.
I just want to say though how poetic it is that this movie is sparking like the reignition of the DCEU, and it's also the same movie that killed it though. It's very funny. It's kind of messed up to think that, oh man, if we just released the Snyder Cut in the first place, do you think we'd still have Ben Affleck as Batman? We'd have more movies lined up.
I think.
Oh really?
I think
Was crushed,
that
man.
because they're doing this now, with the hindsight that they have, I think that's what's making this more successful. I think because they have the opportunity to rewrite history is what's going to make it successful. Not because like even Zack Snyder admitted that this cut that they're releasing isn't going to be the same one that he would have released a couple years back.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it would have like if they released what he wanted to, it would have been similar to what Joss Whedon released, but not exactly the same, but it would have been similar. But I feel like now they have the opportunity, like we talked about in the previous episode, to rewrite history and do the DC characters and fans justice. Oh, I didn't mean that, but Yeah. But yeah, like I too, like you guys, would want Henry Cavill back. I agree with Juancho when he says that he's carrying a lot of these franchises. I agree with both of you because he's so likable. He's the everyman that got into, he got into the role that he wanted to. He got into, he's in shape, like most of us wish we were. He was fortunate to get the opportunity to be cast in roles that he likes, and like that's all you want from someone who portrays these characters is they gotta want it, and they gotta like enjoy it. It's one thing to want it, but it's another thing to be like, I'm just here because there was prestige in playing Superman, versus I read the comics, I relate to the character, or I enjoy these parts of the character. I want to bring that to the screen. So that's everything you get from him. That's why he wanted to be Geralt, because he played The Witcher. So I want more. I want more of Henry Cavill as Superman. How about you guys in the chat? I was
gonna say I like Ion's kind of spin-off question too. Who would we want as a good actor for Barry Allen on the big screen? I mean, to be honest,
I have an answer for that.
To be honest, I mean, a lot of people don't agree with me. I've told this to a lot of people. I like the series Flash guy.
No.
I think he's
Grant
perfect.
Gustin?
No, he doesn't have.
I think him, and I think the guy who plays Oliver Queen, Stephen Amell, should be Green Arrow. Just throwing it out there. Not the fact that you couldn't have chose someone better, not that, but the fact that it already exists.
Okay.
That's the reason why I think they should do it.
Before we get into Juancho's answer, I want to point out Lizette in the chat saying people loved Ezra as Flash. What? Okay, so she's in disbelief. She doesn't. She also does
really
not like
him
Ezra
as Flash. I swear
That's
to God.
actually exactly what I was thinking when you said that too. I'm like,
I've watched before when the movie came out, Flash, he was the perfect, acted like a kid, and he's so witty. I was like, what? I obviously I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that jumped on that bandwagon, but a lot of people. I think Ezra was in a lot of movies too during that, so it kind of made sense. He was kind of popular. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he probably had a lot more support that way.
Okay.
My Flash is perfect. You guys are all gonna agree with me. Tom Cruise is Flash.
God,
Can
no.
you imagine it? He's so tiny and compact. He just has to be fast. Right?
Oh,
Can you imagine it?
he's old.
But he's so he
I
can
really
do
thought you were gonna be serious about this. I really
I thought
thought.
you were blow me away.
No, doesn't he look fast to you? I can imagine him being fast.
Oh my God.
I really thought
Oh
for
my
a second.
Tom Cruise for Flash. Come on.
No
Are you
way.
serious? You're 100% serious.
Yes.
I don't think. I mean, sadly, I can't think of a hero that Tom Cruise could fit well. I mean, it's not that he's bad. It just doesn't fit him for me. I don't know. I can't think of anybody.
So reverse Flash.
Okay, how about he can be Flash's dad? There you go. That works.
So,
He
real
ruined
quick,
all the time.
Derek mentioned that he thinks that Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell could play the same heroes on the big screen as they have in the small screen. I like though what DC has done, and they've acknowledged everything during Flashpoint. They had Ezra Miller show up on the CW, not Flashpoint, Crisis on Infinite
Crisis.
Earths. Yeah. So they had him show up there. I like how it all I like what they are able to acknowledge all these properties, unlike Marvel, who can't seem to find a way to do that. So for me, on some level, I'm.
Just kidding.
What's that?
I said Credible Hulk. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So on some level, I'm actually at peace with my want before for Grant Gustin to be more than a TV Flash, but because the Flash is on CW has found its own footing. Has found its own footing. It's proven that you can have superhero TV shows. Same with Arrow. How long they should last is up for debate because even I have fallen off of the Flash a little bit. So yeah, like I feel like they've done their job. They've done their characters well, and they don't have to jump to the big screen. Who I want to play the Flash? I used to want Ryan Reynolds because he kind of fit the Barry Allen profile. Witty but not kiddie like Ezra Miller. He has that serious side that we've seen in other movies. I really thought he would have done better as the Flash versus Green Lantern. I think Juancho was frozen, but you know that's probably just us in the Speed Force. I can't hear Derek now. Everything's going to heck.
Harold.
There, okay, now I can hear Derek.
Harold.
And now Juancho's moving.
So maybe it was Harold was the problem, not us.
No, but you can't hear Derek sometimes either.
What?
So just so happened I froze and Derek's mic broke at the same time.
You still can't hear Derek sometimes. Don't blame me here. It might be Discord servers. But
Ryan Reynolds looks really good though with the Green Lantern outfit.
I feel like I don't want this to happen at a waste, but I feel like he could pull a Chris Evans and just do the same, like different heroes in the same universe. I'm just saying.
Why not? Why not?
Ryan Gosling could be a. Just because Ryan, because you said Ryan, and just that's what popped into my head. Like he could be.
Oh, now we know who you think about when I say Ryan.
No, I was just like thinking because like I always get so confused between before anyway, but Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling. I feel like they have like the same parts most of the time. So
I like Ryan Reynolds in Drive.
How dare you doubt Ryan Reynolds? Completely different league than Ryan Gosling. For me.
Oh, they're just the Ryans of Hollywood.
Ryans of Hollywood, I love it.
I can't think of a different Ryan in Hollywood. Damn it, Juancho. Jack Ryan. Okay.
I mean, he's right. The two Ryans that you would think of are those two for sure. You can't think of anyone else, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be so upset if we just like totally.
I'm trying so hard right now to think of a different Ryan.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
Right.
I literally went to the internet and searched Ryan celebrities, and right after Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling, the next one's like Ryan Seacrest. Like that's far.
Doesn't count. Yeah, it doesn't count.
League, you know,
right.
That same league. So it really is just those
man.
two.
So Des earlier was saying Tom Cruise is a different kind of actor, in her opinion. His expressions are very by the book, and he doesn't always go off and he does the same riffing or freestyle or unscripted thing. That's only what she's observed from his movies, which is kind of true. He's kind of the same guy when it comes to action movies. Although you can't say he's the same guy for Jerry Maguire because it's show him the money. Cesar Montano's Black Adam. No, Ion, no. I still want The Rock as Black Adam. I know he signed a contract before. I still want to see that. I did go through a time skip. That might be my new superpower, which also kind of counts as teleportation. Ion Hammer is saying, I want a Bryan Cranston supervillain.
Ooh.
I'm
kind of...
in Shazam for Black Adam. I thought that guy should have been Black Adam, the villain. I forget his actor name. I apologize. When I first saw the trailer for Shazam, I thought he was going to be Black Adam. I think
Mark
he would
Strong?
have been perfect. Yeah. I like him for Black Adam. He's got the look. I mean, he's bald. But, but you know.
Oh, sorry,
what's that, Juancho?
I'm just trying to think of a super villain now for Bryan Cranston. Because I want that too now.
I'm kind of tired of him being the bad guy, but that's where the depth is, right? That's where, especially in these superhero movies, that's where the depth is, the villain. But if you find a way to make him like an anti-hero or like a villain you're kind of rooting for, or
Mr. Freeze? I kind of root for Mr. Freeze a lot.
Oh, dang, sir. That's not the worst idea.
I think he could pull off a Lex, honestly. I think he could pull it off.
Oh, yes.
The bald look, too? Oh, yeah, I think he could pull off Lex Luthor way better than what's been cast recently.
Oh, you mean Kevin Spacey and Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my god. I think he can pull off Lex. Yeah, or Iceman.
Yeah.
That's a good idea too. Cause
Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze.
Sorry, I say Iceman. I did say it. Sorry, Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
No, dude, Arnold's got to be Mr. Freeze. You can't take that away. It's perfect now because he has had like white hair, so like it makes perfect sense. It's frosted tips.
Dude, sorry, Ion Hammer kind of just gave us like a really cool storyline. Imagine Gary Oldman as someone in the Court of Owls, and he's still Jim Gordon. Like if Jim Gordon was part of the Court of Owls all this time.
I would love that.
Dude, that's good. Snap, that is good, sir. That is good.
Sorry, you said it in our stream. We own it now. Thanks,
Yeah,
TM.
TM.
Touch move. Touch move.
TM. Two great
TM,
ideas.
touch move.
Yo,
Oh man. Kevin said Meg Ryan for some reason in chat. Is there a
oh,
reason for that?
the celebrity Ryan.
Oh, the Ryan.
I don't.
What?
I don't think she can
just
play
said
Flash,
Orion.
though.
We just said Orion. Brian Cranston. Brian Cranston.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. Okay.
Okay.
Where were we? Okay. We're done with Cavill as Superman.
Flash as that's where we're at with the Flash. would be the actor on screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of, since we're in the DC extended universe and the CW verse and all that, Ruby Rose has left the Batwoman CW show. I don't know if I mentioned this last episode. It was supposedly an amicable split, but a lot of people are speculating that it might have to do with the fact that she broke her back while filming, and she had to go into recovery and then right back into filming those scenes as Batwoman. So yeah, it might be more of a either she was forced to or she forced their hand into letting her go because it might not be safe for her. You know, I'm okay with this. She was okay as Batwoman from what I saw, but Batwoman at the same time wasn't the most compelling show. I felt like they wanted her to elevate it beyond its status, but I think, you know, as good as an actress she is, she could do other things. Yeah, she could do.
It's more what we're gonna say later too when we talk about a little bit about Swamp Thing. I don't think it's her. It's just it's hard for a lot of people who don't read comics and watch superhero shows to like fall in, I guess, kind of follow a show that's not a main superhero. Not saying that she isn't, but you know what I mean. She's not like a mainstream superhero. So I feel like a lot people like us would probably. I thought it was good. Okay, you know what I mean. But I think getting attraction and constantly going, it's gonna be a lot tougher.
That's true, and I think there's also a bit of a stigma with related heroes, if that makes any if that's a good way to put it. Like Supergirl, Batwoman. Like if it was a completely original hero, they might have had a different opportunity. But trying to capitalize on the Bat name or the Super name might be hard as well. So yeah, like, ooh, Ruby Rose is Talia al Ghul. That's not bad. Why are you doing this, Ion? Why are you giving us more?
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Des giving us Ruby Rose's CV a little bit, saying she's a talented DJ and an MMA fighter as well. Yeah, she's pretty badass.
MMA fighter. She's pretty cool.
She was in John
I
Wick.
guess since we brought up the last week's show, maybe we should mention the Amber Heard, that she might not actually be, because we mentioned it in the last show that she might not reprise herself as Mara because of the whole Johnny Depp thing, but that wasn't confirmed. Yeah,
it's not confirmed yet, so we're not 100% sure if she's fired or if there's like a little behind the scenes tug of war between her agent, her and the forces that be. But since we're on that topic, I want her gone, dude. Like anyone.
Oh no, here's hoping, man. Here's hoping.
I mean, I want her gone too.
Juancho did not hesitate to bring up those figures. Yeah, like,
dude, like,
I guess you could say the news was misheard.
Oh, I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that
Come
one.
on, that was good.
Clever. Stop.
That was clever.
Yep.
Where are you? Where are you? You listen to me. It was clever.
Okay. If you guys, if anyone who's watching or listening has not seen the developments between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I would encourage you to check it out on the internet because, man, has she been revealed to be not who she, appeared to be.
Says she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like
We'll
what Ion said in the chat. In last week's episode, let's start off with some good news. She's
Fired. I remember.
I got excited.
I remember that. That was really funny.
That was great news, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So,
good news.
Celebrations might be postponed a little bit, but yeah. We're all, I think everyone here at Quit Sawing just wants people to get along. You know, we just want people to be good to each other. You know. So yeah, Johnny Depp. Hope he has a renaissance in his career, because cool guy. All right, moving on. We were talking about Ryan Gosling. There's a Wolfman. Have you guys seen Wolfman? It's a little bit past our time. There's an old movie called Wolfman. In that whole, I think it was Universal who owned those properties. If someone could fact check for me. They're doing a Wolfman remake, The Wolfman. There was one in 2010 as well.
Yeah, that one was kind of.
Is it gonna be the Dark Universe?
It's sort of that. It was supposed to be part of that, if I'm not mistaken. But now Ryan Gosling has been pushing for the continuation of the Wolfman, which is originally 1941. All right. So Ryan Gosling is pushing for it to be made. Supposedly, it's in the works. There's no confirmation about him starring in it, but there are talks that he wants to, or that they're trying to make that happen as well. So, yeah, he was the one who was pitching the idea back to the studio, and you know, I since we're talking about how good-looking actors and good-looking talented actors, another one, you know, Ryan Gosling, man, I loved him in
as like being a Wolfman.
Sorry, say that again.
Oh no, I was saying, like, what do you guys think though of like him being the Wolfman if he was?
He's not hairy enough in real life, but yeah, you can fix that.
I mean, that's the whole point of being a Wolfman, right? It's like, oh, who is it? Who is it? Not you. You're not hairy enough. Plot twist, it is. You know. That's the point of the series.
Okay.
Also, did you not watch Twilight? Literally none of the they're like clean as.
I mean, Ryan Gosling though looks like he's Photoshop. So.
The real star of this scene is Emma Stone. That's my bae right there.
Are you kidding me? Ryan Gosling stole the scene. No, I'm just kidding. She set him up really well. This is a good scene. If you guys have not seen Crazy Stupid Love, they have amazing chemistry for people who do not like they would. Like they don't look like they're gonna have good chemistry, but they have amazing chemistry in this movie. Also, Ryan Gosling with Steve Carell, who we're also fans of, really good in this movie. Crazy Stupid Love.
Are you really a Steve Carell fan? Huh? Didn't even pitch that.
I've seen Space Force. All right, I love me some date night. All right, I love me some date night.
I'm gatekeeping you right now from the Steve Carell fandom.
I've seen half of that.
I think you're a true Steve Carell fan if you've seen Anchorman and 40-Year-Old Virgin. To me.
Oh, no.
That was like his early stuff, dude.
As much as I hate gatekeeping, one of my favorite moments of Steve Carell, the sequel movie removed from this conversation, him as the anchor in Bruce Almighty, Evan, yeah. That was his breakout role for me personally, when he started going blah, 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 blah.
I can't remember. Was that before Anchorman 1 came out first, right? I can't remember.
I think Anchorman came after.
Was it after the first one? That was
Let
a
me
long
do my
time ago.
research.
It was so long ago, dude.
Bruce Almighty came out first, and then Anchorman.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I think there was a gap, yeah.
That's crazy, yeah. But it's so funny to think though that they're like Will Ferrell and jeez, oh my god, Paul Rudd. They're like a circle of friends. It's just crazy to, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I remember when I watched that, you wouldn't think that they're like, but you can tell that they're pretty good friends the way they act on the show.
Oh heck yeah, heck yeah. Real quick, Ian Hammer was giving some choices as well for other DC characters, but I want to talk to Des real quick because Des was like, Des was laughing at the scene from Crazy Stupid Love, and Ion loved it as well. That scene is really good. So Ion was saying Grumpy Cat is Dex Star. No man, I mean yes, but no man, come on. The Red Lantern Cat, yeah. Let's see. Des is saying, totally unrelated, I want to see more Lee Pace. Ooh, Lee Pace was really good too. He was great in The Hobbit, sure. But if you haven't seen him in The Fail or Pushing Daisies, Lee Pace in Pushing Daisies, underrated. Underrated. Iron Hammer's asking who we think Steve Carell could play in the DC EU. An awesome dad type character. Ooh, that's hard.
That's
totally
hard.
forgot about that movie, the series Pushing Daisies.
Worth a rewatch.
Steve Carell.
Yeah. Worth a rewatch.
Steve Carell.
Steve
Yeah, as we
Carell
think
as a
about that.
superhero.
You guys want to do that right now? Okay.
That's gonna be hard.
Hero, villain, or side character?
I think he'd be a villain that's like really funny.
Honestly, probably
Totally
like
see it.
maybe like he'd go like one of the Wonder Twins or something.
No,
The older Wonder Twins?
Wait, Juancho, what's that guy you were trying to get me into? It was like a superhero that was like really stupid, but it's like a really sad story.
Kite Man?
Could he be Kite Man?
He could be Kite Man, but that's a
He
super
could.
villain.
He could be Kite Man. I remember I'm like, this kind of fits like a funny MO type guy, but like also, you kind of feel for him like you would Michael.
I feel like he wouldn't be a bad Suicide Squad member. I just can't put my finger on who.
Steve Carell.
Doc
I'm trying
Ock.
to think like
Could be a
mainline
Doc
though too.
In the Marvel universe, he'd be Doc Ock. Yeah, I actually wouldn't. Yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this. He'd be a good Doc Ock in the MCU.
I can't imagine him too serious, dude. I can't. It's when we talk about Space Force earlier, I'll mention it too. It's just
Okay.
there's someone for him for sure. There's gotta be. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
We're just not thinking of it.
Before we move on, Ion is saying Dak Shepard is Booster Gold. No, I think someone else is Booster Gold. I wouldn't mind Nathan Fillion as Booster Gold. Someone around that. Yeah. I hear Nathan Fillion's a jerk though. I hear he's kind of a jerk.
Really?
But yeah. But I don't know. I don't have secondhand sources. This is all from the internet. This is all from the set of Castle. So.
I mean, like, I guess he was kind of a jerk the last time I hung out with him.
I don't know, man. That one poker game we had, he was kind of an asshole.
He has his moments. He has his moments, you know.
Maybe he's just a flawed human like everyone else. Yeah.
Nate's fine, you know. Nate.
Nate.
Tell him Nate F.
Nate F. Different from our friend Nate S. Yeah, Nate Santana. Yeah, different guy. Okay. Oh, here, guys. I think I like Dus's casting of Steve Carell as Fantastic Four-X's own Captain Cash Money. In a self-aware superhero movie, I think Steve Carell would do well as Captain Cash Money. You know?
Would be a perfect Agent Michael Scarn. That's just me.
Oh, I don't think that's just you, brother. I think when Hollywood is ready to adapt, the screenplay of
Crossover Michael Scarn.
oh my god. Okay. I think, guys, we should talk about our.
Wait, sorry. One last.
Oh, go.
Dr. Doom. And then you have Jim as Mr. Fantastic.
Nah. Gosh. Whenever I think you're gonna give me something serious, you hit me with one of these.
But my honest answer was gonna be maybe he could be Mr. Fantastic, kind of. Yeah.
Dr. Fate.
No, I was like, wait, no, that's Jim's role. Okay,
Yeah,
so I have to give him.
no.
We're doing.
I don't know much about Dr. Fate, like outside of his serious tones, though. So
I've only seen Dr.
Anyway, that
Fate
was
as a background character in all these shows and movies.
always had a serious tone, so I don't really know what he would be outside of that. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's true. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get a Swamp Thing. We talked about this last week. Let me play an audio bit. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So guys,
I'm
this is our
surprised.
newest
Wait.
segment. Oh, what's that? What's that one, John?
No, it's literally all our news was DC related. No,
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Crazy.
Heck yeah.
Just a DC show.
Oh, real quick. We also did not mention the week before that Katie Sackhoff and Timothy Oliphant are supposedly also on The Mandalorian Season 2, which has already
Nice.
finished shooting.
Oh, wow.
Katie Sackhoff is supposedly going to play Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan, Chris.
Didn't we mention that?
Did we mention that already?
Oh, we did. I mentioned that
mention
she
Timothy
looked really
Oliphant?
well. I thought she looked good for the part. I mean, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think so too. I think she's perfect for it. Did we mention Timothy Oliphant?
No.
Okay, there's
No, we
rumor that he might
No.
be Cad Bane, but that's just a rumor. That's just.
Ooh,
Oh.
that'd be cool.
I think that'd be cool. I want him to be Timothy Oliphant. Yeah, he's pretty badass. He's
I would
cool
like
guy.
to see Cad Bane as like, you know, like live action. That'd be kind of cool to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our newest segment. I don't have a bumper for this yet, but I'm just gonna play an older one. We have a new segment, guys. It's called tentatively called Is It Worth a Watch?
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Oh yes, and Is It Worth the Watch? Is It Worth the Watch? Is brought to you by Popeyes. That's right, people. Popeyes. If you want yourself Funko Popped, like this handsome devil on the lower right. You know what? Let's bring him up on screen. Let's
that's
make it
pretty
a little
cool.
bigger.
here.
This handsome devil on the lower right. He really got my eye bags. My buddy Ryder Aquino is taking commissions to Funko Pop you and any one of your friends or loved ones.
Baby.
All you have to do is head on over to facebook.com/Popeyes, Popized, and get yourself a digital version of yourself Funko Popped for you, your family. All you have to do is message them here on Facebook, facebook.com/Popeyes, that's Popized, and give yourself or your loved ones a really cool digital gift, a fun holiday treat, or maybe immortalize your pet in Funko Pop style right next to you. Maybe mecha yourself. Commissions are open for Popeyes now. Just send them a message. I love these guys. I really love this. I really love this style. And maybe if you know someone who could take this piece of art and, you know, take one of those Funko Pop they have those blank slates, right? Maybe they could take this and make you know, Popeyes from the people who brought you chicken. No.
Question for you: can I possibly make an idea, like perhaps Juancho on the head of Danny Rand?
Dude,
And
you
have that
can
made.
100% do that, Derek. All you have to do is send my buddy Ryder and the guys over at Popeyes a photo reference or two, you know, one of Juancho and one of Danny Rand, the immortal Iron Fist, sworn enemy of the hand, protector of Kunlun, and he will get to it right away for you, Derek. Right away.
I like that. Just a fun side note for everyone. That me and Juancho have this ongoing tradition where we give each other Funkos that we hate. So that's perfect.
Dude,
I
this
think
is
you'd
the
actually
perfect
love
gift.
it though. So it's
Yeah,
kind
this
of
is
hard
the
to.
And now Juancho has to think of who to mesh you with if you're gonna get him.
You might
I
actually love it though. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I can give him that.
Look at him. He's pretending like he hates it. He's like, no, don't
He's
do
been
it.
tricking me this whole time. He just says things he hates, so I give him really good Funkos. Genius.
I,
He did it again,
I totally
man.
hate Captain America when he was holding Thor. That was the worst scene in Endgame.
Oh god.
Did I just say holding Thor? Holding
Man.
Thor's hammer. Sorry. Oh, I mean Mjolnir.
Man, I absolutely hate that superhero Money Man from the Money Men extended universe.
Oh god. We're leaving a money trail. Here we go. We're back.
All right.
Holding
Well,
Thor,
guys,
huh?
right now we're going to be talking about Swamp Thing. So, Derek, Juancho, do any of you want to explain what we did here?
I can kind of do it. So
All right, go for it.
basically what we did was we all decided on a show that we haven't seen yet that's somewhat popular or trending or just something that we've heard about. Swamp Thing was the show here. So what we all did was we watched the first episode and we kind of thought of ideas like pros and cons and just going to talk about the show just in case anyone in chat might want to get into the show or is kind of thinking, you know what, I'm not sure about the show. Maybe if someone watches it and kind of tells me about it. That's kind of what we're trying to do here is just on the first episode kind of give our takes on it and let you guys know so you may pursue it or not.
That's right. Juancho, anything else you want to add to that?
Oh yeah, it's basically just watch the first episode and we're just gonna tell each other if it's worth it to even go the next episode. That's why it's called
Exactly.
Is It Worth It?
Is it worth
That's
it?
right.
Originally, it was supposed to be put your money where your mouth is.
Let me watch it. And
the money. Money Man would have approved.
Money Man would have made a guest appearance if it was called "Put Your
Yeah,
Money Where Your
right.
Mouth Is." All right, so let's tackle the first episode, guys. Let's go through the whole. I don't want to go through from the very beginning to the end because I feel like that'll take too much time. Let's go in beats. So, how about the first few minutes? First third of the show. We got a lot of horror theme. We got, especially in the opening scene, I think that was Billy, the guy who played Billy from the Power Rangers. We should also play this.
Holy spoiler alert!
This is gonna be spoiler filled, people at home. So if you want to see Swamp Thing and haven't yet, now might be the time to tune away. So yeah, we got quite a bit of a shock. You know, when me personally, I did not expect someone to be impaled right on screen and have a tree growing out of his chest
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and lifted up into the sky. There's
I
a
don't
lot
think
more gore.
anyone would have thought of that. It's dark. This
Really
starts
dark.
off dark, which I kind of liked. It's different.
Oh, you liked it? Okay, that's good. That's
I
good.
like how different it was. You know, and it's not that. It started off like right away. Almost all like the superhero movies or shows, excuse me, kind of build up until like the accident or what happened.
Oh,
Literally,
yeah.
you get all that in the first episode. So it just starts off and it's whoa, this dude got impaled by a tree. What is going on? And it was dark. It was bloody. I definitely didn't expect it, but I appreciated it. That's for sure.
Okay. How about you,
Yeah.
Juancho? What do you think about the first third of this with the whole gore?
First
and
third,
stuff?
I thought it was set up pretty well. Like I really felt the whole backwaters of America type of situation they were in, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like the very swampish feel, definitely, and and like, yeah, no, it was very very dark. Was also not expecting it, to be honest, and just when I was telling my girlfriend, I was telling Ira to watch it with me. I was like, "Hey, you want to watch something together? It's a superhero thing. Let's go." That's not the way you get someone to watch Swamp Thing. Not at all. It is not a superhero thing.
Oh
Sit
man,
there,
that's-
right? Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty.
It's gory.
Yeah, very gory, and it's a
Very.
bit macabre, right? It's a bit macabre. It's not your typical like it's all blood and stuff. Like Juancho and Derek have alluded to, it feels backwoodsy, like a little murky and dark, and they even shoot it that way. They even what's it called? They even color grade it that way to not like look at this one scene. This scene should be like clean and white. You're in a emergency
hospital.
room. Yeah, you're in a hospital. It should give off a sense of cleanliness and security. But right now, it looks anything but. It's dark.
It's very
green.
swampy.
It's very swampy, right?
It's true.
So I agree with you guys. Like I the first third for me was exciting. They set it up kind of well. I think an overarching thing for me was the pace was slower than I wanted it to be. Like there were scenes where it sped up quite a bit, and when it would slow down, part of me would look away to my phone. Like I felt like dialogue could have been snappier, maybe a little not necessarily
MCU-ish?
direct to the point. What was that one show?
Were you gonna say like MCU-ish? It should have been.
Not necessarily. I just felt, I don't know if it's my attention span or like again, this is just me, but I felt like it could have been a little quicker. But yeah, like I want to get your thoughts on that. How was the pace for you guys overall?
I actually totally agree with you. For me, it starts strong, but like there's a lot of in between that could have been worked out better. Like
Yes.
honestly, for me it was the chemistry between the main act, like the scientist man biologist in the swamp and the CDC lady, and you just know that this is the couple. This is gonna be the superhero couple. 'Cause they were just flirting nonstop, like flirting, like it's just line after line after line of flirting. I'm like, they just kept going. Then I realized, oh, that's why, because of the ending, because they can't do that anymore after this episode.
yeah. They kind of jammed it all in that middle part.
Yeah. So it made sense to me at the end, but then I'm like, oh, they're trying to get that trope when I feel like maybe they didn't have to.
Yeah. So Des has seen this as well, and she feels the same way. She's saying she feels the same regarding the pace. The language of color in shows and movies is always great to see. That's a good point. They did a good job of making you feel kind of unsafe, right? Like you could tell just from how things were shown and shot. Like, okay, this is not going to be your typical superhero show. It's not going to be a happy ending. You're not going to be laughing throughout. Like, expect stuff, I guess, is the tone they give you. How about you, Derek? What did you think about the pacing?
Same board with you guys. I definitely kept me entertained through. Like, I didn't have to, like, I did have moments where I looked away like you, Harold, but I definitely was like, okay, this is interesting enough. It's got my attention. Instead of talking about the cons, I'll kind of elaborate more on the pacing and the ending. So, my thing regarding the pacing and how it was a strong beginning and a strong end, which is what I liked, also coincides to why I didn't like the pacing, so it's kind of weird. So, upon watching this first episode, I kind of got that feel that I think in the direction they're going to take this in is it's going to be focused on the scientists and the people of the town. But the show is called Swamp Thing. This should all be about Swamp Thing. And I don't know anything about Swamp Thing. I never read a comic. The only thing I knew was that the guy's name was Alec. I knew that. That's it. So I'm like, okay. So at first I thought this guy was like lying. I thought the thing in the beginning was Swamp Thing, like that impaled the dude on the boat. So I'm like,
yeah.
But then he fell in, and at the end the thing happened and he became, So, anyways, I'm very worried that the show is not going to be focused around him. It's going to be like horror movie, like Jason. The movie's called Halloween, right? But you don't really see I mean, obviously Jason's like a main important thing.
Yeah.
But he's not like the main focus. Like, you don't really follow him a lot. It's mainly the cast, people getting scared.
Yes.
Which is, I'm scared what they're gonna do with this. Is that we're not gonna see a lot of Swamp Thing. It's gonna be like the horror aspect of this series. And for me to think that on the first episode was kind of bad.
Really? I'm like,
I mean, it's not like
I completely disagree with you.
No.
No, it's because they are going for the horror movie vibe, right? So if they go that end, that's actually how it's supposed to be. Like, the best part of Jaws is not seeing Jaws. It's the anticipation of Jaws.
Okay, I see both your points, though.
Swamp Thing is also a good person, though. That's why it's kind of that's why I don't like it, I guess.
But they're playing it off as a horror movie, so I'm like, well, that's the vibe they got, right? So
don't get me wrong. I love the vibe. It's completely different, and I think this should have been done a long time ago. Kind of similar when Daredevil first came out and it was like rated R. I love that. They needed to like push the envelope on dark things. Like, but yeah, I mean, I'm just worried that he's not going to get a lot of screen time. That's only my thing. It's like, but once again, it's just the first episode. But the fact that I thought of that in the first episode was kind of like, oh, I hope they don't like not show him, because I would love to see his superpowers. What is he? You know, what is everything he does? But I don't know.
I feel like they would. I feel like
Yeah, I hope they do.
They put in a lot of. He had a lot of FaceTime near the end.
Yeah.
Like when he actually became the Swamp Thing. They showed it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It would have been like if they just showed a silhouette. That would have been kind of annoying. You know, if it ended like that, it's like, oh, he turned into the Swamp Thing, and he's just silhouette of a thing. You see in the distance. No, you see it crawl after him, and he stands up and everything. You see his face straight up. So maybe maybe they won't do that. I don't know though.
But good.
I think that's one of the cool things about. Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things about this format is we can speculate because we've never seen these things
we
we're
don't
watching
know.
before. Yeah.
Also, I have no background knowledge at all about Swamp Thing.
Exactly. Like, I have minimal background of Swamp Thing. I've seen him in certain parts of some DC shows. Like, there was a Harley Quinn movie before that had a very small feature on him. So I think this, like, stuff like this is perfect for us. You know, that we could tackle it with fresh eyes.
I know he's like one of the most powerful beings on Earth, I think, in the DC universe.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yes, he is the green. Swamp Thing is the green.
Yeah,
I think he can tap into any like aspect that can grow like plant wise. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like
he can tap
like
into
you
it.
Notice like a fly flying past a plant at the other side of the world or something.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
It's just the green of the Earth.
That's insane. That's wow. Okay.
I mainly know him from the game me and Juancho play. The DC deck builder game.
Okay.
That's like the only thing I really know him from, dude. And he just like steals other people's lands. Okay. So it's like
he has access to all the locations.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. I mean, if a hero can do that.
No, but I like this because we could be completely wrong about everything we just said.
Right?
Yeah.
Like literally the next episode, and it's like literally Swamp Thing walking around the town, like doing all his powers and stopping robbers. Could totally be that, and we don't know.
You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know, dude. It's like, oh yeah, let me fix that plant for you there.
But based on this first episode, I guess is it time to ask the question? Is it worth it?
Okay. All right. Who wants to start? Who wants to start?
Like, you have to go, like, personally, like, I would watch it. Yeah, just because it's, like, my cup of tea. I love horror movie, and just that scene in the morgue. Or, no, not the morgue, in the hospital. Was it? No, it was the morgue. It was during the autopsy.
Yeah, that's the morgue.
I was like, I'd watch this just for the prop horror, you know? Because that was terrifying to me. And just props to the prop team. Like, it was well done. It was terrifying. Other than, and like, so I'd like to see more of what they could do. Like, if they could do that to that thing, like what can you do with the actual Swamp Thing?
Yeah,
I'd love to see that. But other than that, like, the story doesn't have a good hook to me, just because I feel like the story is very straightforward.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Obviously, that rich guy's chemical lab that they announced in the start of the show, or like that town hall, is all he was like trying to, just like, oh, I'm like a rich guy, and if you have money problems, come to me. And I have like, and he has a lab. It's like, obviously,
he's Money Man.
He's Money Man.
He's what's his name? Counterfeit. He's the bad guy. Money Man is the symbol of all that is good and truth and stuff, justice, money. Yes.
I feel like we're expecting a lot from Money Man. I'm just saying.
No, but exactly. For me, the story is kind of straightforward. Like, I don't think there'd be like, it's like Arrow. Like, I could kind of tell where Arrow was going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong. I would love it. If I was wrong. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right? But,
that's why I'm scared too, because Arrow and Flash all started really well, and then it kind of didn't. So it could be a trend, but I guess I agree with Juancho though.
This isn't CW, I'm sure. So
yeah. I agree with Juancho though. Personally, I like against the grain stuff that are like different. It's dark. I watched this. I was like, I said, "What the f," for lack of a better term, a lot loud. And when I watched this, I'm like, "What?" Scared the crap out of me. If I watched this at night, I watched it in the daytime. Thank the Lord. But if I watched it at night, I probably would have been freaked out even more. Like on my big screen, dude, they got some creepy stuff, which is cool. It's like, this is like a superhero. Like, what the hell is this? So, but I would definitely say, yeah, like kind of what Juancho was saying too. You can tell they're gonna milk the backstory of the main female role, which is interesting. But you know, I would love to know more about the scientist Alec. I would love to know more about him, and not everybody else so much. I don't mind backstory for characters because it makes you feel for them more and attach yourself to them more. But I just hope it doesn't too much. But yeah, overall, it wasn't bad. It was not a bad first pilot episode.
Okay. I would agree with the both of you on a lot of these counts. It's familiar enough that you don't get turned off right away, but it's also different enough that you don't get turned off right away. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you that hook at the start where you can, like, kind of like in the sad Game of Thrones, as sad as it ended, when Game of Thrones started, they gave you a taste of the White Walkers from the start, and then they gave you the rest. So I'm not saying that's what Swamp Thing did exactly, but it gave you a taste of what you could expect immediately instead of giving you the townsfolk first, because that would have been boring. They gave you the creepy side. They actually showed you the vines and kind of like the thematic feel that you'd be getting throughout the series from the very beginning, from the first scene. They showed you, okay, this is going to be gory, which kind of caught me by surprise. I'm also glad that I watched this during the day. And as much as the middle was draggy, the beginning and end were compelling enough for me to say I would at least give this one more episode before continuing. So for me, worth a watch. At least,
I think, the second episode.
At least one more episode. That's
the second episode's gonna show you or not where I think the direction's gonna go.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, the first one's the pilot. They obviously put a lot into it, So the second episode's gonna, I think, say the tone.
I like that as a rating system. You just go like, oh, is it worth a watch? No. Then let's watch the second episode, and based on the first, oh my god, let's finish the entire thing.
We'll figure out our scale, right? Yeah, we can figure like this is
Final
a new
Space
thing
for me. First episode, I'm like, I'm binging.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm like, for sure. Didn't have that feeling here, obviously, or else I would.
No, yeah.
Like you guys, okay. Talking about Final Space real quick as we wrap up our Swamp Thing. Is it worth it? Final Space, you guys could see, right? Like, you guys had not seen it yet, and then I after like one show, one Geekcast, I told you guys like you have to watch it. I had never been more compelled to get you guys on board on a show, and I think you could see it from the first episode or second episode onwards. There's something here.
Yeah.
I was late. That was my bad.
No, but it's okay. But like with Swamp Thing, not as compelling, but there might be something here. But at the same time, you kind of get the sense like, okay, maybe there's a reason why this didn't go longer than a season.
Okay.
Yeah. So give it a second episode as our rating for this one.
Yes.
I like this. I like this part.
Does that mean we'll be reviewing the second episode? Does it go into our the reviews section?
We'll discuss later.
I think the second one we can give them more like quick, like, okay, I can watch the rest of this, or nah, I probably won't.
Okay.
I think for me, I feel like I'd be able to tell after the second episode.
Okay.
So judgment deferred.
Yeah, we need a mallet. But let's not forget, I like what Ion Hammer said. Do not forget to water your plants, guys. Because you never know.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Plants are really scary.
If you can take away one thing from our review, plants are scary.
Yeah, right? Water them and take care of them, nurture them.
They're living things.
Oh,
plants are living things. All right, well, guys, it's been a good show. But as I heard on a recent podcast of Fake Doctors Real Friends with Zach Braff and Donald Faison, leave them wanting more, and I think that was 10 minutes ago. So we're gonna end the show here. All right, you guys remember how we do things here at the Quetzalon Geekcast? We end the show by thanking a lot of people, and this is quite a lot. So I remembered one thing. We didn't really talk about what we've been up to, so we'll tackle that in the after show. I do want to mention that I rewatched, because it's relevant to last episode, I rewatched the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender, and boy, was it good. Would recommend.
I want you to watch that show.
I'm in episode 4 right now.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Two, but I'm catching up.
It's so good, guys.
I'm
It's
just saying,
so good.
it starts off. I mean, where did Aang end up? What nation? The Waterbenders.
What are you talking about?
I think the Waterbenders found him. You know?
Okay, if you want to be popular by association.
Okay. Ending the show by thanking our greatest subscribers, our supporters.
I'll kick us off, guys. Thank you to all our most recent followers, like Biggs D Zone. Wow, that is a name. Game Uncle Prod. No, I like it. I really like it.
That is
Game
a
Uncle
name.
Prod.
I like how you said that.
Nico DG, Recreational X Gamers, Omen0210, Latathawit 1976, Dia Markedia 1985, Chuama. We want to thank Renzo for his $1 donation. The Greatest Wizard. Thank you for all your followers, and thank you to Lizetko for hosting us throughout our entire podcast. We appreciate you so much, girlfriend. Derek,
Thanks,
why don't you read let's start with the bit cheers. Derek, why don't you read off our bit
Alrighty.
cheers?
The bit cheers, number 1, we got Nope_plays. Number 2,
number
we got
two. That's
Neo.
number two.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Number 1, we have Nerf Diva. Thank you very much. And number 2, we have Nope_plays. And 3, we have Neo Gear. Thank you to the top 3. Top 4, excuse me. Next one is number 4. Elder Jin. We got Mikael Roldan at number 5. We got Oris27 at number 6, whoever that is. B Mokifu at number 7. Miko P number 8. If not now, Gwen number 9. Number 10, Mercy. Number 11, Gamma Call. Number 12, we got 13, 14, and 15. We have InstaDZ, Pipple Perp Drink, and Tita Gamings. Number 16, we have The Real VJ Dato 21. Kebo TV at number 17. Wisa is, right?
Yes.
Yes, at number 18. Making sure Curry Server at 19. And Aaron Gaming at 20. Thank you all for the bits. And if we missed anyone, if you guys are even lower than that, we appreciate it as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, as long as you gave one bit, we still love you. You know, even if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
give bits. Juancho, how about our subscribers? Who's been telling their local newsstand to send them a good old copy of the Quetzalon Geekcast Weekly?
Cool. So our top subs are Francishu and Human Panda 22. I'd say they're top 1, both of them, because they have 20 subs apiece. Followed by Bino Kingavu, Miko P, Nerf Diva, Sensei Humor, Notorious KGM, Iron Hammer Stream, InstaDZ, Neo Gear, Z Fox, Denunci, Wisai East, Numali, Zephy Buns? Sorry, apologies by the way if I say any of your names wrong. The Fury Bot, Renzo Saurus, Trandrew, Maddox,
Sorry.
019, and Nixor. As those are our top subs. Thank you. We really
thank
appreciate
you,
it.
everyone. And if you subscribed to us at least once and we didn't get to mention your name, thank you still. And even if you haven't, as long as you follow us, or as long as you like what we do, even if you just download us on even if you listen to us on Spotify, or you just like our posts on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or you just look at our Instagram stories, thank you so much for everything. Guys, it's been a great show. We had a lot to talk about. Waterbenders did kind of save the world. Okay, I get it, Ion. What superpower would you guys want? Cash money in the pocket? Maddox is saying, did you have a hard time reading my username? You see it every day on Discord.
No, because Derek was talking and he was making me laugh.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. Where can everyone at home find you when you're not on the Quetzalcoatl Geekcast Juancho?
You can find me at my Twitter, which is at Saldana Juancho, or my Instagram, which is at Juancho Saldana. I don't really stream, so I just mooch off other people's stream, I guess. So I'm normally
You
in there.
enhance their streams. You enhance them.
Yeah. I mean, I make it a reason to watch, really, to be honest. We'll start the show. I normally I'm playing whatever Derek's playing. So.
Let's get some Sensei Hayes in the chat for that. And big shout out to Sensei Humor. I think that might be the #1 emote used. So let's keep it going, guys. But anyway,
Is it?
Let's
Wait, let's take a look. Let's take a look. No,
Yeah,
you're behind Juancho Fist by 3.
I just had to put it 3 more times. I mean, Sensei, come on, man. 3 more times. Son.
You're climbing.
Oh,
You're
God.
climbing.
Yeah.
You're climbing up the ranks.
Yeah, I was trying. It's
Wait,
so sad that I had
there.
to put all that and still not. I was iron fisted.
You're almost there. You're almost there.
Almost there.
All right, Derek, where can everyone at home find you, Sensei?
You guys can find me at Sensei Humor on Twitch. And like I mentioned last week, I haven't streamed too much, but stay tuned. Me and Watch have been playing a lot of games. Actually, are definitely planning to play Sea of Thieves. So it's gonna be really funny, for sure. It's gonna be fun. Kind of
Join our crew.
pirated. What's that?
Join our crew.
Yeah.
We
Join
need to
our crew.
find
Let's make an alliance. But yeah, definitely we've been playing. We'll probably start streaming Divinity 2. We're preparing for Baldur's Gate 3 to come out, so it's gonna be fun. A lot more content coming. You guys can also follow my Twitter, which is Sensei Humor _, and my YouTube and Instagram as well, which is just Sensei Humor. But enough of the Sensei. Where can we find our man Herald?
You guys can catch me at Herald Plays on Twitter and on Instagram and on GameBite Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Manila. I think that's currently 6:30 a.m. Pacific. So, which I think that would make it 9:30 a.m. Eastern as well. We'll do the math and we'll check back with you. But yeah, check us out on Facebook, Twitter at Quit Stalling Us, so that you can get all the updates on every one of your favorite Quit Stalling shows. And why is that there? And you can check us out on Instagram at Quit Stalling, of course on YouTube, youtube.com/Quit Stalling, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Quit Stalling. Derek, you want to take us out? You want to sign us out here? You want to take us into the sunset?
Try this my best. Harold, Senpai, notice me? All right, you guys. We'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. But until then, get off your butts and quit stalling. We'll see you guys next time.
Everybody!
How was that?
All right. That was
don't know what you
good.
meant.
Thank you,
That was
everyone.
beautiful.
Modok. Steve Carell could play Modok. I'd love to see that.